All right, you guys. So let's get started. First, we're gonna throw this neck strip on. I'm gonna show you guys about this Zuka neck strip. Got my gamma cape. We throw that around him. Then I'm gonna put the actual neck strip. And then the very next step is that Zuka neck strip, which will keep all the hair off your client. And this company is owned in part by Philip Wolf. He's a great dude. I got to share the stage with him. Always was looking up to him when I was getting started. And this is his company. So it's a nice silicone neck strip. And it does not allow for hair to get underneath the cape. So, and all it does, because it's silicone, is it sort of just sticks to itself. Boom. Now nothing is going to get underneath that. And it's great for shampoos and doing color and all that other type of stuff too. So, all right. So we're going to use the comb to kind of make our line. So I like to kind of push down and feed it into the clipper. Saber in the fully closed position, and what you're going to notice is it has a taper blade on it, which is a really forgiving blade, and I'm going to set in my guideline. I'm not really going to worry about the hair underneath it as much, just sort of flicking out and softening that guideline as I go. We go underneath that with the trimmer, and we're going to take them down as close to skin as we can. This is a new blade. If you notice, it's a very small Gold X Pro blade. This is another blade that we've come out with. It cuts a lot like a slimline blade, and it just beats through the hair. And as you can see, even with this really thick hair, it's just cutting it all the way down to 5/0, which is what we need to have before we use our electric shaver. And we are going to be using the new Rebel electric shaver. If a trimmer was going to snag, it usually would snag around this ear, and it would snag in some thick hair. Now, like we talked about, this is very thick hair. And as you can see, it's not snagging around his ear at all. I'm able to get easily down to the 5/0 length that I need to get to. Flicking out, right where I went with that taper blade, just flicking out a little bit. So one thing, if you get this part done right, when you get it done short, you'll have a lot less work when you get to your electric shaver. So we have the new Rebel electric shaver. It's got crazy amounts of power, and watch what it does to this hair. It just eviscerates it. So again, once I get close to the area that I left off with my trimmer, I'm going to start kind of flicking up. You can also tap and come down. Alright, we call that phase 1. We remove the bulk, we set in the skin line, we use the electric shaver, and now we're going to move into phase 2, which is clipper over comb. Again, I'm back to the Rebel. I also have another product from Zuka, same people who make this neck strip. They have a nice comb for clipper over comb, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just lift out. I'm going to get rid of some of this bulk. I want to start to make the connection into the top. So I'm just going to lift it out on the angle that I want it on. I'm going to cut. This hair is so thick. I just want to get some of that bulk out of my way. Kind of holding it on the angle that I want to maintain, but as you can see, I got the top starting to blend into the sides. You can see I got my electric spray bottle from Amazon. You don't need it when the hair is this thick. So I'm going to show you guys a quick little tip to get through hair that's super thick like this a little bit faster. I'm actually going to begin with the thinning shears because we do this every time, but it doesn't seem to make a dent. So I'm going to thin this hair out a good amount before I even get started. And that's going to save me a little bit of time. So I'm going to take my thinning shears from Shear Police, and I'm just going to lift up, and I'm going to start getting rid of some of this bulk. Now if you notice, I'm still going about halfway up. I'm not going all the way down to the scalp because I don't want a bunch of little flyaways happening, but I do want to get rid of a good amount of this bulk. I'm going to take off about this much off here. All right? Put our guideline in. I can see my guide, and I can see what I'm going to cut. I'm just going to move off my guide slightly. And basically, I'm just working in a little row right beside my guideline. Everything is the way I want it to be. The top is sort of connected to the sides a little bit, and now it's time just to blend out this line. So we're going to begin phase 4, the blend. So we know we want forgiveness. We want the taper blade. We're going to put the taper blade in the open position, and I'm going to make my first guideline. I'm actually going to do this by scooping out and creating that shape. And I'm looking to make it the width of my finger, and as I reach the top of that width, I'm sort of scooping out. Now the nice thing about a taper blade is it's going to kind of do that for you. Next step, the 2 click and flick. So we're going to put this number 1 on. I have the number 1 on, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it 2 clicks. 1, 2. Once I do that, I'm going to repeat the exact same process. I want about the same width as my finger, and I'm going to scoop out. A lot of people ask me, why do I do the 2 click and flick? Well, the reason is simple. A lot of times if you have this fully closed, you can create a line that's hard to take out. And then also if you have it fully open, you're not going to be able to make that nice blend transition. So 2 clicks is a great place to start. And of course, it's just a guideline. And if you feel like you need to open or close your clipper at any time during a haircut, of course you need to do it. I begin with this as a base. I do this around the whole head before I start to try to do any blending. Basically, all I'm doing right now is I'm putting in guidelines. And just by putting guidelines in, a lot of this blend is actually done for us. So I'm gonna take a second and just kind of dust him off. I have the clipper in the fully closed position, and I'm going to flick up on this guideline. Now, if you guys remember, we put our guideline in with the closed taper. So if some of this doesn't come out, we have some options, but this should be a fairly soft guideline. We set ourselves up to make this easy. I haven't moved the lever yet. I'm about to. Now that we put that in, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna move the lever 2 clicks. Open it almost all the way. I got the half guard on, and I'm gonna go 2 clicks, 1, 2. Okay, I can see I gotta return to the 1 a little bit, so I'm gonna do that. Start with the 2 clicks. Close it all the way. I'm gonna try to push this skin area up a little bit, and I'm also gonna try to just make this top area blend in a little better. So just pushing it, and I think of it kind of like sandwiching the blend. Okay, I now got the Rebels. This has a taper blade on it, which is gonna cut really close. I got this in the fully closed position, and I'm going to begin kind of flicking out on that bottom line. You can cut for a second, sir. Some of you guys were asking me if I put that new X Pro blade on, would it cut as good as the Saber? So I'm gonna try it. And this is with an Evo, just a regular Evo. And yes, it does cut really good. I was telling people before, the Evo The Evo was never really my favorite trimmer. I was more of a guy, I like the hitter more. But it definitely works a lot better with this blade. I got a shout out to Tune 45. They just sent me another care package. We got some pencils in there. Yo, Star, open the pencil. They're always looking out, man. So shout out to Chris Basio. Very rare that I would use Onyx Black on a white person, but his hair is that dark that I'm actually gonna select Onyx Black. So shout out to those boys. And we're gonna try Chad's Chad got a new one, man, and it is like crazy looking. New enhancement gun. Shake it real good. They put a little ball in there that helps it kind of mix. And then put a splash of color in there. One thing I like to do before I spray, especially with a new gun, I mean, Chad's not even used this. I just want to make sure it's spraying out a nice fine mist, which it's actually spraying really good. And we're going to use the new Sean Cuss hair color card, man. The Sean Cuss hair is a good dude, so if you ever wind up buying these, just that you're supporting some good people, man. So I'm just gonna put that in on the corner, and we're just gonna darken this up a little bit.
We got the 3-pack. We got the nude and the white double-sided.
Hold up.
So
let me see.
That's
This
2
is the
for
nude.
1.
I don't know if this is gonna work on your skin. Let's see. That could kind of work. Huh. So now we would follow that up with a trimmer. Blend that in. Works.
That's Instagram ready.
Almost, right? Or
I like the tan.
yeah, I gotta say, I think the tan was
The nude.
probably the move.
The nude look. The nude pack. I don't know, the white's kind of cool too. Like if I'm going to the club or something, I want that white edge.
And that white does kind of make it stand out on camera a little bit, for sure.
I'm gonna be honest, the nude is kind of fire, bro.
Yeah.
It's so subtle, but it pops it out.
You can blend it right in with that trimmer. Like it's nothing. Alright, just a tiny bit of shear over comb now that I got everything I know I want it to be. Just want to make sure that everything cut-wise is perfect. See that? We can get that shelf dialed in. We can get, little imperfections in the blend. Can be handled pretty easily with some shear over comb. These are from Shear Police. Shout out to Shear Police for hooking me up. Barber Tuition Initiative, giving everybody a free pair of shears. And just a great company. Use the code Eddie, save 10% off of your Shear Police order. A lot of people don't think to use shears to make the edge up perfect, but I do it all the time. I mean, the shear is just a great tool for getting in here and just really squaring off those edges. It was a hell of a fight. But we got it, you guys. Go to your shops, give it a try. Let me know what you think. Do you like the Tune 45 pencils? And if you do, I'm going to put a link to these boys down below. Them enhancements, total fire, man. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Now hold on. Wait, hold up, Star. Get up in here tight. We're gonna see if there's anything underneath the Zuka neck strip. This dude is clean as a whistle. He could go straight to work, and he ain't got a piece of hair hiding out down there. I'm gonna shave that with the razor, and he ain't got a piece of hair hanging out there.
Damn.
That's the Zuka neck strip power.
The proof is in the shirt.
That's the power. Now all you do is you wash this with a little antibacterial soap, and you're good to go with your next customer. Great product.
Ain't no hair on that shirt.